One king chosen by God, another king anointed by God, one filled with glory, the other filled with jealousy. How do you lead a nation when the man who is meant to replace you is more beloved than you are? And how do you serve a king who is trying to kill you? This is a story of two kings, two very different hearts, and a powerful lesson in faithfulness, forgiveness, and waiting on God's perfect timing. Welcome back to Gospel Glimpse. Last time, we witnessed the epic battle between David and Goliath, where a young shepherd boy defeated a giant with just a sling and a stone. Today, we're at the very next chapter in David's life, a story of his rise to fame and the dangerous jealousy of King Saul. Get ready for the emotional and dramatic story of David and Saul, a story of jealousy and forgiveness. After David defeated Goliath, he became an instant hero. The women of Israel would sing, "Saul has slain his thousands, and David his tens of thousands." This made King Saul incredibly angry and jealous. He started to look at David with suspicion, thinking, "They have ascribed to David tens of thousands, but to me only thousands. What more can he get but the kingdom?" From that day on, Saul kept a jealous eye on David. The Spirit of the Lord had left Saul, and an evil spirit tormented him. David, a skilled musician, would play his harp to soothe Saul. But even then, Saul's jealousy would flare up. One day, while David was playing, Saul, in a fit of rage, hurled his spear at David, trying to pin him to the wall. David dodged it, and Saul missed. It was clear that Saul was determined to get rid of David, despite Saul's hatred. David continued to be successful in everything he did. He led Saul's armies into battle and won great victories. He became more and more popular with all the people, including Saul's own son, Jonathan. Jonathan and David became the best of friends, and Jonathan loved David as much as he loved himself. This friendship would prove to be a lifeline for David as Saul's jealousy grew darker. Saul tried again and again to kill David. He sent David on dangerous missions, hoping he would die in battle. He promised David his daughter in marriage, but only if David proved himself by killing 100 Philistines, hoping David would be killed. David succeeded every time, finally. Saul even ordered Jonathan and his servants to kill David, but Jonathan, loyal to his friend, warned David and pleaded with his father to spare him. For a short time, Saul listened. But his jealousy always returned. One day, David and his men were hiding in a cave. Saul, unaware that David was there, entered the very same cave to relieve himself. David's men whispered, "This is the day the Lord spoke of when he said, 'I will give your enemy into your hands for you to deal with as you wish.'" David crept up silently and cut off a corner of Saul's robe. His men urged him to kill Saul, but David refused. "The Lord forbid that I should do such a thing to my master, the Lord's anointed, or lay my hand on him, for he is the anointed of the Lord." David knew that even though Saul was trying to kill him, Saul was still God's chosen king. After Saul left the cave, David called out to him, "My lord the king." When Saul looked back, David bowed down in front of him. "Why do you listen to the words of men who say, 'David is bent on harming you'?" David asked. He showed Saul the piece of his robe. "See, my father, look at this piece of your robe in my hand. I cut off the corner of your robe but did not kill you. See that there is no evil or rebellion in my heart. I have not wronged you, though you hunt my life to take it." Saul was deeply moved. He wept and said, "You are more righteous than I, you have treated me well, but I have treated you badly." He knew David was right. But even this moment of tenderness did not completely change Saul's heart. He would continue to pursue David, driven by his consuming jealousy. David, throughout all of this, remained faithful to God and to Saul. He never laid a hand on God's anointed king. Even when he had every opportunity, he trusted that God would ultimately fulfill his promise to make him king, in God's perfect timing. The story of David and Saul is a powerful lesson about the destructive nature of jealousy and the incredible strength of faithfulness and forgiveness. It shows us that even when we are treated unfairly, we are called to trust God and to honor those He has placed in authority, even if they are flawed, It's a reminder that true power comes not from what we take, but from what we give. And that waiting on God's timing is always worth it. What do you think is the most challenging part of this story? Saul's consuming jealousy, David's decision not to harm Saul, or the enduring friendship between David and Jonathan? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'll see you in our next video, where we continue our journey with David as he navigates the wilderness, building his army, and waiting for God's perfect plan to unfold. Don't forget to subscribe for more amazing Bible stories. Thank you for watching. Do well to like, subscribe, and drop a comment.